What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, readoptionagency.com, 23 years selling full-time on eBay. Courtney is here. Pee-wee's already back asleep in my office. All right. After he just ate. Where are all these? All right. Gotta clean up after Adrian here. It is Friday. We get to do the top 5 categories of the week. And we are at 7:20 a.m. in the morning. I'm at $0. You heard that right. 5.5 hours into my day, I'm at $0. Yet my last 2 days averaged $800 a day. When I tell you eBay shuts off overnight, 100% clear example of that right here. So yesterday made it to $784. Day before, $827. So $800 average. I'm at $0. Courtney, stop licking your paw. $0. 5.5 hours into the day. Yesterday, 57 items sold. The organics were off yesterday. 10 organics, 47 promoted. Day before was 99 items, 47 and 52. So 0 and 0. So thank you, eBay, for shutting me off overnight when things were going good for 2 days. So we will see. I got a feeling if we were good for 2 days, shut off overnight, I got a feeling it's going to crash and burn today. And we're going to have a very crappy day. I hope I'm wrong. We shall see. We shall see. So this is a clear example of eBay shuts you off overnight. I come to a conclusion that if you're one of the people that say my items don't sell because they're crappy, you've had too good of a life. You've been a spoiled little brat. And you need to check yourself. Check yourself. Because your life's been too cush. Too beautiful. Top 5. Got a new little glue thing going on here. I guess that will pop itself when you turn it in. Or turn it in. Okay, top 5 categories for the week. And so I only got a little bit to ship here. That's sold before 2 a.m. But let's go to the top categories for the week. And then we'll look at the new store also. So we go there to there. Boom. See if I can do the international on it also. So not much international all week, at least on the international website. But that's because I ended and sold similar on a lot of items last week. So last week, $4,821, up 12%. We know the week before was pretty bad, so these last 2 days came in handy. 51% selling cost for net sales of $2,037. So pretty, want to get that number down. $11.32 average price per item, which now I prefer to see, as before actually too, average dollar per order would be better suited for my store. Top 5 categories of the week. Oh, wow. You're going to be shocked here. Coming in at number 5, t-shirts, men's t-shirts. $240, up 133%. So even though I'm putting new t-shirts now up in my new store, it's still popped up at number 5 here. Coming in at number 4, vinyl records, $506, down 1.0%. Coming in at number 3 for the first time ever, men's hats at number 3, $700, down up 2.9%. And part of my belief is when I ended and sold similar on all those hats and stuff that one time, about 10,000 items, that it buried a lot of my hats. So this month's going to be going back. God, these glasses suck. Going back in and trying to in and sell similar on my hats again. See if I can get them in being seen again. Because I've been used to hit 1,000 plus on my hats, right around 1,000. Let's just say right around $1,000. So to drop $300, and then last week was a little bit even more than that, shows that something went wrong when I did the end and sell similar with the hat. So again, I think that kind of proves that there's something in the background that happens, that goes on, that buries items or suppresses them, or they vanish, or whatever the case may be. I think that's a clear indication right there on the past 2 weeks on those hats, since I ended and sold similar on all of them. So depending on how the day goes, if I feel like I'm having a lot of crappy sales, I'm not going to start it today, because I think that would be the same. I'll get the same results. Coming in at number 2, music cassettes, $710, up 67% on the cassettes. Wow. I started putting some up yesterday. Got some listed yesterday, but still, I don't put many cassettes up, and to still see them rebounding the way they do, that just kind of shows me cassettes are still hot right now, and I should just start really pounding out listing cassettes. And also, too, my buy two, get two. So all the media's kind of turned on since that. Number 1, music CDs, $1,200, up 30%. So CDs are doing great. Cassettes are doing great. I need to figure out the hats and get that fixed, because if that was the case, I would have, yeah, especially summertime. That's when my hats sell the most. So something's definitely up there. Honorable mention, number 6. What would be your guess? I'm going to have to say DVDs and Blu-rays. I wanted to say 8-tracks too, because 8-tracks have been moving for me, but I don't think as many as the DVDs. DVDs and Blu-rays, $193, down 21%. VHS tapes are after that, so at 123. VHS tapes are up 108% since I've been listing all those kids and religious VHS tapes I got at that church sale. So that really blew that up. MLB after that, and then 8-tracks after that. So there we are. That is my top for that store. I think I got to sign out over here because I'm under Alex's stuff here. So Alex, sign out. Sign in again for me. And let's see what this week's numbers were on the news store. Very disappointed with eBay this morning. That's pretty bad. The last 2 mornings, I've had, near $100 about this time, so. Let's see, there to there. All right, on the news store, the clothing store, $362, up 19.7%. Selling cost is 44%. For net sales of $182, up 3.3%. Average price per item last week was $28. That's pretty good, up 20% there. Top 5 categories for the week over here. Dude, this new store, every shoe I've sold, returned. I've got 3 returned shoes coming back and a $100 return jacket coming back, and the return jacket's actually number 1. So the returns on this new store are just stupid. My return rate on my old store is like right at 1%. I'm afraid to even look at this store. Number 5, men's sleepwear at $29. Men's t-shirts at number 4, so that fell down. $48, down 57%. That's the only thing that's down on this store is t-shirts. That's weird, being t-shirts are up on the other store. Number 3, men's shoes, men's casual shoes, $48, up 100%. Men's wallets, number 2, $53, up 100%. And the Negro League baseball jacket, this sold for $100, is number 1. What is the return rate over here? Where's it even at? There it is. Nope, that's not it. Service matrix. It says 0 returns. Okay, am I in the right spot? Here we go. Return rate 3.8%. That's pathetic. Pathetic. Yeah, every shoe I've sold. That being said, I think I got a pair of shoes I forgot to pull that need to go out today that just sold yesterday for $14.48. So I got to get those shipped out today too. So I got to remember that before I go to the post office. Oh, did something finally sell? We finally got ones. Oh, did I forget? No, okay. I finally got $14 in sales. Yay! That's sad. Get shipping labels. So this is going to be a real simple one here. We got a Diamond Rio cassette or CD sold for $4. Headed to California. Got a bunch of new Sharpies. Why would that come up at 4? That's weird. I mean, at 3. Huh. Ooh, a nice and pointy tip marker. I like it. Alrighty. Next up, we've got a Dean Martin 45 record. Sold for $5. Headed to Hillsboro, Oregon. And I gotta get a mailer for that. I got up at 5 to let Pee-wee out. I'm trying to go back to sleep and could not go back to sleep. Been having some weird, crazy dreams lately, though. It's been kind of cool. Okay. Miguel. Now I'm trying to remember one, and I've lost it. last night, so it was weird. I was on a train, and whoever was driving the train, we were treating it like a road trip with a car. And we were past this restaurant, and we're like, oh, we need to park and go eat at that restaurant. So I'm like, well, we could back in over here. So we go up, and whoever's on the, I can't remember who was driving the train. And it turns around like a car and goes, okay, I got to switch track 6, 8, 4, and 3. And then it switched the tracks, and we backed the train into a track next to a building. And we were pulling a bunch of semi-trucks, the fronts of like brand new semi-trucks. Parked it and got out and went to it was weird. It was kind of funny though. Next up, are you ready for a cassette line? Yeah. Southside Johnny. So we got 4 cassettes. They're the $4 a piece, buy 2, get 2. So Southside Johnny. Jack Bruce Willpower. White Lion Pride. Great album. I remember when this song came out. And Night Ranger. Midnight Madness. When that White Lion song came out, I was on the radio. It was it 85? No, 87. My dad had got his first brand new vehicle. It was a little Chevy S10 pickup truck. They were only able to keep it for like 6 months because they couldn't afford it. But during that time, my dad built a wooden camper for it. So can you imagine? It's almost country-like. That's where he came from, right? So a Chevy S10, brand new, white with blue stripes. And he builds a wooden camper for it and paints it white. So hoosh. But I remember when the song came out, like my dad wouldn't let me drive that. I don't think I ever drove that. He had a CB in it too. But I remember just me and my friend would sit in the driveway and just listen to songs on the radio. And White Lion came on. And it was like part of the new song battle where they play 2 new songs and you call in and vote for your favorite song. And White Lion Wait was their first release. And they actually won that night. Okay. I didn't know if that was going to pop itself or not. I don't think it did. Nope. So it looks like I got to pop it. Normally they give you something to pop it with, but there's no thing to pop it on there. Huh. So tell me, baby, all through the night that you'll never let me go. Tell me, baby, 'cause I want the world to know. All right. And for those that ask, there's a sponge that goes on there. If it's loose or missing, you need to glue a sponge on there so that it will play. When I list cassettes, if there's a loose sponge, I take it out and put it in a little tray. So when I sell one that's missing a sponge, I can replace it. Quick and easy. So tell me, babe. General Kane, Girls cassette. Another missing sponge. Sold for $3. Headed to California. Bring some down. I'm almost out. Wait. I never had a chance to love you. Oh, come on. Now I only want to say I love you. I remember that song Wait by White Lion, that a friend of ours actually did play the guitar, didn't just try to play the guitar, he actually played the guitar. And I remember him trying to learn that song. And supposedly that guitar solo is a pretty tough guitar solo to learn, or to play, I should say. I just remember him saying, you actually have to support your guitar to get to a couple of the notes the way they were played. So I don't know why that sticks in my head, but it does. So if you watch the video, when Veto puts his foot up on a ledge to play part of the guitar solo, at least at the time, he said that you actually have to put your foot up or hold your guitar in a certain way to play those notes. But he was just learning too. He was probably, I guess he was a good 2 or 3. No, I guess he was about 3 years into playing at that point. But he could pick up stuff by ear and play. Oh, sorry, that was the Doors Best of 2 CD set, sold for $8. Headed to Delaware. Look at me, not even paying attention. Next up, we've got a little Muhammad Ali, if you will, and his little alias, or it might be his real name actually. Must be a fire to come out. Yeah, I guess that was his real name. Clay was the grandson of Iceman, and he plays it cool. Sold for $25. So there's your little bolo. Headed to Illinois. Clement City, Illinois. Lastly, Mom's Mabel vinyl record. And both of these were from that yard sale video that I picked up all that vinyl from. So this one sold for $7, headed to Maryland. Which I still got about 8 or 9 boxes of that vinyl to list still. All right. Spinning wheel of death. All righty. Lloyd. Every time I hear Lloyd, I think of Dumb and Dumber. Every time I hear Russell, I think of the street 2 blocks down from where I grew up. And the fact that my brother lived in a house on Russell for a little bit. And I remember as a kid going over there. And in the basement, when they moved in, was a bunch of Uncut Keys. And they let me have all of the Uncut Keys. So I had a big Uncut Key collection as a kid. And I'm sure my dad eventually threw that stuff out. My dad would throw everything out. He would just, like one Saturday here and there, like once a year, he'd get on this cleaning kick in the basement. And he would just throw almost everything out, including whatever I was collecting. So I had a lot of cool stuff that was just thrown away over the years. Including my huge Uncut Key collection. I can only imagine what that would be worth right now. I haven't looked up Uncut Keys, vintage Uncut Keys in a while. I'm going to do that right now. Because I'm curious. Let's see. Vintage Uncut Key lot. Why are you delaying on me here? I mean, 6 to 10 for a couple. Now here's one for 60 of them for $25. I guess it depends on what kind you have. Not a huge lot. 6 pounds of Uncut Keys, $50. All right, so that makes me feel better. At least they probably weren't worth much anymore, or nowadays. Makes me feel a little better. But I don't even want to think about all the other stuff he threw out. Wonder whatever happened to that carburetor. I had a Holley 2-barrel carburetor that I had bought for my car at the time a week before the engine blew up. So it was only on my car for a week. And I took it off when I sold the car because it was basically new. And I never sold it. So I wonder if he threw that out too, probably. Anyway, all right. That's all for me. I got to get those shoes and get those shipped out from the other store. Did I have any sales? Any more sales yet? I'm up to $27. Yay! Hopefully eBay didn't screw my weekend by whatever they did overnight last night. And hopefully it'll be better than the last 2 days. Can only hope, I guess. All right. That is all. That is all. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.